So, semi-finals for the Mitre 10 Cup. Done and dusted. Wins for the home teams, except for the first one. I have got the Auckland gear on again for kind of good reason, but I'll go through that in a minute. The first one, Tasman against Canterbury. I saw most of it, a bit patchy to be fair, with kids running around, but yeah, 21 points to 16. Canterbury, man, I think they said the 10th final in 11 years. That is an absolutely amazingly consistent record from Canterbury. They're just never poor. Away from home as well. I seem to remember Tasman kind of being on top at the first kind of half. They were certainly in the lead, but then second half seemed to be largely Canterbury. Tasman holding out. A couple of yellow cards didn't help them, especially that one to Jordan. And Drummond's couple of tries, enough for Canterbury to get that job done. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty mouth-watering final. Feel a bit sorry for Tasman because apart from one kind of early loss, they have been just class all season. So it's disappointing that we won't get to see them in another final. But it's another kind of North versus South clash. So that, I guess for us North Island people, gives it a little bit more spice than if it was Canterbury and Tasman again, because those guys have been strong for a long time. The next one, Waikato against Northland, 48 points to 26. Northland got off to a flyer. They had the lead about 21-7 at one point. This was a really open and running game. The crowd wasn't the best from what I saw, but it was a pretty fine day. And the rugby was entertaining. Several Reece ended up getting 4 tries. I'm pretty sure they were all in the second half. So one guy getting 4 tries is a feat in itself. So yeah, they definitely look better when he's in the team. I think when they lost the Shield, he was banned for that week. So yeah, he's a very good guy to have back. Yeah, but as I said, entertaining game. Really what the Mitre 10 Cup is all about, that game. And Waikato giving them a chance to get back into the Premiership, which would, in the history of Waikato rugby, would kind of be where they belong. But it was good to see Northland make the semis as well. Improvement from them under Darren Whitcomb. So kind of good stuff all round, entertaining game. The next one, Auckland against Wellington. 38 points to 17. I didn't end up going to this one because my normal babysitter, which is my parents, ended up going to the game themselves. So I was stuck at home, but 38 points to 17. Wellington scored early, but it was a pretty high-scoring match early. Akira Ioane powered over for a couple of tries. A lot of people saying, how is that guy not in the All Blacks? Loose forward depth in New Zealand rugby is pretty good. You got to feel like long-term, perhaps they're looking at after 2019. He's just signed that deal to stay in New Zealand for a few more years. So perhaps once Kieran Reid is out of the picture, then Akira steps up, maybe not fill that starting number 8 role, but at least into the All Blacks kind of fold. Once the Kieran Reid and the other guys, there will be other guys who go abroad as well. So yeah, really good for Auckland Rugby. You're going to host a final for the first time in a long time. And it's against Canterbury, which is a traditional rivalry from way back when. So, yeah, good effort from Wellington. They're another team who's come a long way. You know, back in the Premiership, they're not looking out of place at all. Very strong team. Yeah, can beat anybody on their day. So, good, entertaining game. The last one, in terms of entertainment, probably takes the cake in terms of the finish. 20 points to 19, Otago over Hawke's Bay. Hawke's Bay had it all early again, 14 points to 0. Weber got another try. That guy who ended up calling, I think it was, did he call Foster to ask why he hadn't made the All Blacks? Because he's behind a lot of other guys in that pecking order apparently, but he looks like a pretty good player to me. Scored another try. As I said, 14 points to 0. Someone mentioned in the comments that Otago might have a bit of a hangover from winning the Ramfieldy Shield. It looked like it at first, but then Otago kind of showed a bit of willpower and mental fortitude to keep fighting. You know, they were still down on the 76th minute. They had a chance to go in front. Penalty missed. And then in the 81st odd minute, Collins had a big run. And they ended up getting a penalty from it and able to get that time. So to sneak over right at the death. Yeah, pretty entertaining game. So yeah, really good entertainment value all round, I thought. I mean, the first one was kind of low scoring, but it was still a tense affair in its own. The second one was probably the one to watch if you were after some running rugby, but all entertaining in their own rights. So that sets up, as I said, Auckland against Canterbury in Auckland is going to be one heck of a match. I have to see if I can go to that. Find somebody else to watch the kids, or maybe even just take the kids. I think it's going to be free entry, so if you are in Auckland, can think of worse things to do on a weekend. And yeah, Waikato and Otago should be a really interesting one as well. You got to think Waikato 48 points going to be the favourites for that one, but hey man, Otago came up to Auckland and got a win, so I guess we'll see if they're kind of able to replicate that kind of thing. Either way, kind of yeah, interesting results. What did you guys think of the games? Who do you think is going to take out the two finals? You guys let me know your thoughts as always, and yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.